believe I got in this place. Hey everybody, it's Sleeve, and for this supermarket checkout, we are at the Stop and Shop in Howell, New Jersey. At the time I filmed this, I had just visited the Jackson Township location, which was the only one at the time I knew was slated for closure. However, I recently learned that this too was also on the chopping block. And so I was very fortunate that I got to see this place before it's gone for good. This store was built in the early 2000s as a replacement to a former Grand Union turned Stop and Shop that's further up US Route 9. I did notice the offices on the second floor directly above the welcome sign and the green atrium. I guess that was for possibly maybe a cart area, or maybe there was a cafe or some sort. I'm not sure what that was used for at one time, but it looks like it's used for nothing more as just a place to hold some stock. Upon my first look when I walked in, I could tell that this store had similar decor to the Giant that I went to in St. David's, PA. It's Royal A holds 20 teens decor, I guess, complete with the same aisle markers I see at many Giant, Carlisle, or Giant Company stores that have not been remodeled with the boring gray yet. Also, much like the Somerset Stop and Shop, this store makes ample use of natural light with all the skylights in the ceiling. And of course, I decided to pick up a car magazine. Well, let's see which one I pick. Classic 60s muscle. Always like that. Used to hear about the old 60s and 70s muscle cars from people old enough to be my father or grandfather. Never thought that I'd live in a time when an 800 horsepower car was available at a local new car dealership. Now, I decided to take this way around and check out the decor and count the aisles. 24 aisles in all, so this was a fairly sizable Stop and Shop. Now I know that there are reports from the Market Report blog that some, I'm not sure how many, of the Stop and Shops that are closing, and not just the 10 here in New Jersey, with 32 across several states, are going to become food bazaars. That's a independent grocery chain. And so I wonder what will become of this location. This looks pretty sizable and could be subdivided into several different stores, or it could become a very large food bazaar or other independent supermarket. Now, my mom had some idea that I was going to be driving out to a supermarket far away, and so she asked me to find a long charger cord for her iPhone if I happen to find any on my travels. So I'm looking for a long enough lightning charger cord. She has one of the newer iPhones, so I looked around till I found something that would be appropriate for her. And actually, I prefer longer charger cords because you don't have to be stuck next to the wall. You can actually kind of move around or even sit in a nice chair if that's to your liking. And so, with the ideal charger cord in tow, I walked around and thought I'd take a look at the rest of the store to see what all I could see. I did notice the Edwards clock located at the front end of the store, so I did wonder if this had been an Edwards before becoming a Stop & Shop, or if Stop & Shop kept the Edwards clock as part of their design element in their stores they built in the early 2000s. If you know, comment below. I welcome your comments. Right now I'm shivering because I'm in the frozen section. Actually, it's kind of funny. Yesterday I was filming one of the Stop & Shops that are closing. Well, before that I stopped at a non-closing Stop & Shop, and honestly, when I got out of the store, I was a block of ice, and it was like 80 degrees outside. I was literally chilled all the way, like from the moment I left the store to the moment I got to my car. I wasn't even thawed out yet. So they had some really good AC at that particular location. And stay tuned for a future supermarket checkout video. I do intend on bringing that to you. And now we're looking at the grand aisle where the soft drinks are. We're coming up on the service departments, service meat and deli, bakery, whatnot here. This is the section for produce as well. And honestly, this store was well stocked. Again, the store is closing. I believe it's closing in November. And so I came here in June. Yeah, this was right around the time when I was still waiting to find out when I'd be starting that job that I never got to start. Those of you who have been watching my videos, you know about my interesting job situation. But I'm glad that I have some work coming in, so I'll be able to, I hope, visit all of the remaining stores that are closing. Now, I'm not going to revisit Carlstadt or Parsippany. I don't plan to, at least. I wanted to get all the ones that are closing that I haven't visited out of the way first. I do intend on checking out Carlstadt once it becomes a food bazaar, just to see how much of an extensive remodel food bazaar plans to do. At this point, I figured I'd indulge my sweet tooth, so I'm trying to find the ideal baked good for me. And by the way, actually, one Stop & Shop I visited yesterday that was closing. Pharmacy was already closed, but the bakery was still running. You know, they already closed off a few aisles, and the stock was definitely hurting. But they were still going strong in the bakery. In fact, it was kind of odd. The non-closing Stop & Shop I visited yesterday, their floral department was non-existent. Only thing that remained was a green table. But the closing Stop & Shop I visited, they actually had a little action in floral. So go figure. I visited that location because they're slated to close in October, and as I'm recording this audio, it is middle of September, so I figured I better get there now or I might never see it. Now it's time to check out my purchases and make my way out, and I was actually surprised. This is probably the rarest occurrence. I did not run into Marty. But that's okay, folks, because the Stop & Shops I visited yesterday, I nearly tripped on him. But that's all for our time at the Howell, New Jersey Stop & Shop. As always, like, share, comment below, subscribe, tell a friend, check out my coloring books. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video.
Some people act like part of their income is disposable because they throw away the savings in the Stop and Shop circular. It's filled with hundreds of weekly specials like
Chef Boyardee pasta with meat, assorted varieties, 79 cents. Package of 50 hefty plates, 2 for $3. Chef Boyardee kids pasta with meat, assorted varieties, 79 cents.
So look for the Stop and Shop circular and throw more of your money in here.
It's time.